this is my message signal. Let's take this is the message signal. So I think I don't have the diagram here. I think you all have drawn the diagram, so you can refer that diagram. So first message signal is getting sampled. So suppose let's take it, this is the output of low pass filter. This is the output of low pass filter. I'm getting this type of signal. Now next is we will pass this output to sampler. So let's take it, it will sample to this value. So this sample value we generally represent it as MNTS. Here n is for the discrete value, any discrete number like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and TS is your sampling interval, and this is your time axis. Okay, suppose this point take it as 0 0.8, this point take it as 1.6, 2.1, 3.4 or 4.1. Okay, for example, I'm taking this. After you do the sample, you will get this type of signal. So this is the sampled signal, and 0 0.8, 1.6, these all are the sampled value. Okay, so this is the output of sampler. Now next we are doing the quantization. So next we are doing the quantization. So for quantization, what is the function of quantization? It will round off each of the sampled values to the nearest available quantization value. So suppose let's take 0 0.8 is round off to 1, 1.6 is round off to 2, next 2.1 is again round off to 2, so 3.4 is round off to 3, 4.1 is round off to 4. Okay, suppose this is the output of quantizer. The time axis take as 0, TS, 2TS, 3TS, 4TS, and so on. Here it will be same, TS, 2TS, 3TS, 4TS, and so on. Okay, so is anyone is having any doubt till the quantizer part? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So next, this quantizer, the output of this quantizer is given to encoder. So what we are doing in encoder, suppose the quantization value is here, suppose it's 1, then again it's 2, then it's 3, then it's 4. So here we'll do the mapping. This is suppose 1 is mapped to 0, 0, 2 is mapped to 0, 1, 3 is mapped to 1, 0, 4 is mapped to 1, 1. So here we are doing the mapping. 1 is mapped to 0, 0, 2 is mapped to 0, 1, 3 is mapped to 1, 0, 4 is mapped to 1, 1. Okay. So here you can see this process mapping is known as encoding. So encoding represents each of the different quantization voltage by a unique binary code. So this is the unique binary code. So when we represent the quantization value with a unique binary code, this process is known as encoding. Now what will be the output of my encoder in this example? So first is 1, 1. So you can see 1, 1 is mapped to 0, 0. So it will be 0, 0. So this take as 0 and this take as 1. Next is 2. So 2 is mapped to 0, 1. So again it will be 0, then 1. Then again 2. Again 2 is your 0, 1. So again it will be 0, then it will be 1. Then 3. 3 is mapped to 1, 0. So again it will be 1, then it will be 0. Then it's 4. 4 is mapped to 1, 1. So it will be 1, then 1. So this will be 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So basically this is the output of encoder. So this is my PCM signal. So you can see that how this continuous signal is converted to this type of digital signal. Digital signal is, what is digital signal? Digital signal is nothing but it is represented in the form of 0, 1 binary number. So this is my digital signal. So this is what my PCM. Okay. Any doubt till here? You have understood how this, you have understood sampling, quantization and encoding? So this is the my PCM signal. So the output of encoder is my PCM signal. So this is PCM signal. Any doubt in this? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Is that clear to all of you? So this part is very important because this concept you need to solve the numerical problem. So in later classes we will solve the numerical problems in which you need to remind all these things. So what is sampling, quantization, and encoding? Okay. Now if you see the diagram, so first write down some point. Otherwise you will forget. So write down first the function of LPF, that is what is low pass filter. So write down each function of each block. So first is low pass filter. So write down low pass filter is used to band limit the message signal. Low pass filter is used to band limit the message signal. It is also called as anti-aliasing filter. It is also called as anti-aliasing filter. Next, write down sampler. We have already discussed sampler. What is a sampler? So no need to write again. Write down about quantization, quantizer. So next is quantizer. Quantizer round off. Quantizer round off. Quantizer round off each of the sampled voltage. Each of the sampled voltage. Quantizer round off each of the sampled voltage to the nearest available quantization voltage. To the nearest available quantization voltage. So I'm repeating once again. Quantizer round off each of the sampled voltage to the nearest available quantization voltage. Next, write down about encoder. Encoder represent each of the different quantization voltage. Encoder represents each of the different quantization voltage by unique binary code. By unique binary code. Is that clear to all of you?
Ma'am, can you please repeat it?
Okay. So which point? Encoder. Okay, I'm repeating
Yes, ma'am.
about encoder. Encoder represents each of different quantization voltage by a unique binary code. So here why we are using the quantizer. Without quantizer also we will be able to encode. We can't encode these sample values. Can we encode this sample value? What is the use of quantizer? Why we need to convert this sample values to the nearest round of values? Why? Because without quantizer many set of binary codes are available. Without quantizer there are large number of binary codes are needed to be generated, which is not possible for encoder. That's why we are using the quantizer. Okay. So I think in next we will continue in next class. So next we will see that was all about the transmitter part. So we have seen that how we can generate the PCM signal. So next part is about the receiver part, where we have used a decoder, low pass filter, and all those things. So that is the receiver part. So we'll see this in the next class. And if anyone has doubt, you can ask. Next, we'll solve some numericals on PCM, which is very important. So in the next class, we'll see. Okay. How this PCM signal is transmitted, or how it is encoded in PCM. So Let us take, suppose, let's take this is my message signal, M of t. Suppose let's take this is message signal. Now, this is time axis, x axis is my time axis, and y axis is my message signal. Now, what we do, suppose let's assume this peak is having 8 volt. This is the y axis here, amplitude. So this is having 8 volt. Now, what we do, we suppose we are doing first process is sampling. So we have done this sampling. So this is my sampling. So let us assume this is my sampled values. So first process is sampling. Now next process is quantization. Now in quantization, what we do, we divide this whole amplitude, that is from 0 to 8. We have, suppose we have divided it in 4 parts, like 2, 4, 6 volt. We have divided it into 4 parts. Now let's make one axis here. This is from 0 volt to 8 volt. This is the minimum value, that is 0 volt, and the maximum value is 8 volt. Now we have divided it into 4 parts. Let's take 2 volt, then 4 volt, then 6 volt. Now I have to choose one quantization voltage. Now here I am choosing the quantization voltage is the middle of the each part, or you can say each section. So what is the middle of this part, that is from 0 to 2 volt? The middle part is 1 volt. For this the middle value is 3 volt. For this it is 5 volt. For this it is 7 volt. Okay, so these values 1 volt, 3 volt, 5 volt, 7 volt are my quantization voltage. This is nothing but quantization voltage. Okay, is that clear? Now is there anyone is having any doubt till here? Any doubt? Okay, so I think some of you are having doubt. Okay, so generally what we do, the middle of each step is selected as the quantization voltage. So this is one step. This is first step. This is my second step. This is my sorry, here I made one mistake. This is not my second step. 2 to 4 volt is my second step. 4 to 6 volt is my third step, and 6 to 8 volt is my fourth step. So what I have done, I have divided this whole range from 0 volt to 8 volt into 4 steps. So that 4 steps is denoted as capital L. So capital L is equal to 2 to the power n. This is very important formula. Where write down L is the total number of steps. L is total number of steps, or you can say it is total number of quantization voltage. It is better to write L is the number of quantization voltage. It will be same. So suppose if you divide this in 4 steps, so your quantization value voltage will be 4. So L is, but in this example my L is 4. Okay, so if I'm taking L is equal to 4 is equal to 2 to the power n. So from this equation, what will be my value of n? N will be 2. Okay, so n here, write down n is my number of bits per sample. Number of bits per sample. This we use for encoding. So in encoding, I have told you that what is encoding? Encoding is used to represent each of the different quantization voltage by a unique binary code. Now, for binary code, binary values are 0, 1. It is a combination of 0 and 1. So, here n is the number of bits per sample. So, for this particular example, we have to represent each of the quantization voltage by 2 bits because my n is 2. So, this quantization voltage, that is 1 volt, 3 volt, 5 volt, or 7 volt, we will represent it by using 2 bit because my n is 2. How we have got n is equal to 2? Because my L is 4. So from this equation, I have calculated the value of n. So if my L is 4, so according to that, n will be 2. So suppose 1 volt, this is my quantization voltage. So after encoding, suppose for 1 volt, I have encoded it to 0, 0. For 3 volt, I have encoded as 0, 1. For 5 volt, I have encoded as 1, 0. For 7 volt, I have encoded it as 1, 1. So this process is known as encoding. Okay, this process is known as encoding. Why I have used 2 bits? Because the value of n is 2. From where I have got this value of n is equal to 2? From this equation. Because here I have taken L is equal to 4. From there I have got n should be 2. Is that clear? Any doubt till here? Any doubt? Is that clear to all of you? Can you reply me in the chat box? Is it audible to all of you? If you have any doubt, you can ask. N is the number of bits per sample. Okay, someone is asking what is n here? N is the number of bits per sample that we use for encoding. Now, next we will make one table. So make one table. Okay. So let us take first column is your signal voltage. That will take as S dot V, that is signal voltage. Next column take as quantization voltage. That will be Q dot V, that is quantization voltage. Third column is my encoder output. Encoder output. And last column is my QE, that is quantization error. Now we have to calculate quantization error. That is quantization error. How the quantization error is calculated? It is calculated as S dot V, that is signal voltage, minus quantization voltage. This is a formula to calculate the quantization error. Quantization error is equal to signal voltage minus quantization voltage. Now, for this example, suppose this is example I have given you, you have to fill this table. Now, what will be my first column is signal voltage. So what is my signal voltage? So for this, this is my sampled voltage. This sampled voltage is my signal voltage. So these points are my signal voltage. Now let's take this point is, let's take it is 0.5 volt. This point is 0.5 volt. This points, let's take it is 2.2 volt. This points, let's take is 3.6 volt. So these points will be given in your question. Okay. This points, let's take it 4.4 volt, like this. So suppose signal voltage is given you as 0.5 volt. Next it is given as 2.2 volt. Next 3.6 volt, 4.4 volt, 5.7 volt, or 7.9 volt. So these signal voltages are given as. What are the signal voltage? This is nothing but this is the amplitude of the sampled signals. These values are given. Now, what will be my quantization voltage? I have to calculate the quantization voltage. Now, how this quantization voltage is calculated? So, for calculating this quantization voltage, I will use this axis. This axis is, or you can say this scale, we can use for calculating the quantization voltage. Now, what is quantization? We have discussed in the last class. What is a function of quantizer? It is used to round off each of the sampled voltage to the nearest available quantization voltage. Okay. So what does this line mean? My quantization voltage will be the value of the sampled voltage which we get after rounding off to the nearest quantization voltage. Now let's see. First signal voltage is 0.5. So 0.5, where it will lie in this scale? I think 0.5 will be here. Okay, this will be my 0.5 volt, because this is 0 volt, this is 1 volt, this is 2 volt, this is 3 volt. So here will be my 0.5. Now what we have to round off this sampled voltage to the nearest quantization voltage. So what is the nearest quantization voltage of 0.5? It is 1. Because what are my quantization voltage? My quantization voltages are 1 volt, 3 volt, 5 volt and 7 volt. And our first signal voltage is 0.5. We have to round off this signal voltage to the nearest quantization voltage, which is 1 volt. So for this 0.5 volt, the nearest quantization voltage will be 1 volt. Is that clear? Now, for second signal voltage, that is 2.2. So 2.2 will lie, I think, around here. It will be 2.2 volt. So what is the nearest quantization voltage? It will be 3 volt. The nearest quantization voltage of 2.2 volt is 3 volt. So for 2.2 volt, it will be 3 volt. Next, for 3.6 volt, 3.6 volt, I think it will lie between here, 3.6 volt. Then what is the nearest quantization voltage? It is nearest to 3 volt, not 5 volt. It is nearest to 3 volt. So for this, it will be 3 volt. Okay. So for now, remaining 3 signal voltage, you can fill the table, this quantization voltage table, and all of you please try to do that. Find the nearest quantization voltage of these 3 signal voltage. Okay, so is there any doubt? Everyone understood how to find the quantization voltage? Any doubt? Okay, so someone is asking why not it will be 4 volt. Okay, because we don't have to round it to the nearest integer, because 4 is the nearest to 3.6, that is fine, but we have to round off it to the nearest quantization voltage. And what are my quantization voltage? My quantization voltage are 1 volt, 3 volt, 5 volt and 7 volt only. We don't have a 4 volt as my quantization voltage, so we can't round off it to 4 volt, because we have to round off to the quantization voltage, which are 1 volt, 3 volt, 5 volt and 7 volt. Okay, 4 volt is not my quantization voltage. Is that clear? Is that clear, or any doubt? Any doubt if you're having, you can ask. Okay, so for the other 3 signal voltage, please fill the values and tell me in the chat box what are the quantization voltage of these 3 signal voltage. All of you please try. Yes, it will be 557. For 4.4, it will be 5 volt. For 5.7, it will be 5 volt. And for 7.9, it will be 7 volt. Okay. Yes. Now, what next column is encoder output. So we already know that we have encoded 1 volt as 003 volt to 015 volt to 10 and 7 volt to 11. So we can fill that table according to this. So for 1 volt, it is 00. For 3 volt, it is 01. Again 3 volt 01, 5 volt 10, 5 volt 10, 7 volt 11. Okay, so this is my encoder output. Next is quantization error. It is given by SV minus QV. Now 0.5 minus 1, it will be minus 0.5 volt. Next 2.2 minus 3 volt, that will be minus 0.8 volt. Next 3.6 minus 3 volt, 0.6. Next minus 0.6. Next 0.7, then 0.9. So these are my quantization error. Okay, please explain the encoder output again. Okay, so this encoder output, see, this one simple I have written. For 1 volt, we have encoded it to 00. What is the decimal value of 00? It will be 0. What is the decimal value of 01? It will be 1. What is the decimal value of 10? It will be 2. then the decimal value of 1 is 3. So for this I have encoded it as serially wise, like 0 1 2 3, like that. So if in the question it is not given, you can use by default, you can encode it like that, 0 1 2 3 4, like that you can encode. Okay, so for n is equal to 2, suppose my n is equal to 2, so we can encode it from 0 to 3. So for n is equal to 2, I can encode it to 0 to 3. For n is equal to 3, I can encode it to 0 to 7. Okay. Suppose my n is equal to 3, then I can encode it at 0 0 0, 0 0 1, 0 1 0, 1 0 1 1, 1 0 0. Like that I can encode 1 0 1, then 1 1 0, then 1 1 1. So these are the decimal value. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this and so on. This is 6 and this is 7. So for when n is equal to 3, I can encode it using 3 bits. For n is equal to 2, I can encode it from 0 to 3. That will be 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. It will be 0, it will be 1, it will be 2, and it will be 3, like that. Okay, is that clear now? Is that clear? Okay. So yes, next is quantization error, which is a very important part. How to find the quantization error? It is nothing but signal voltage minus quantization voltage. So these are my quantization error for this particular example. Now here we have seen the different parameters. So before that, write down some important points about this. Write down. First point, write down total dynamic range. Total dynamic range of signal. Total dynamic range of signal is divided in capital L, is divided in L equal number of steps. First point, total dynamic range of signal is divided in L, capital L, equal number of steps. So we have to, first step is we have to divide this range. This is the dynamic range. So 0 to 8 volt is the dynamic range of the signal. We have to divide it into L number of equal steps. So here I have divided into 4 steps. That's why here capital L is my 4. So first step is the total dynamic range of signal is divided in L equal number of steps. Next point, write down middle of each step. Middle of each step. Middle of each step will be selected as quantization voltage. Middle of each step will be selected as a quantization voltage. So you can see see here the in the middle of each step, that is 1 volt, then 3 volt, 5 volt, 7 volt, is selected as a quantization voltage. So these are the middle values of each step. So next step, write down middle of each step will be selected as a quantization voltage. Third point, write down. Third point, write down each of the sample. So signal voltage is also known as sampled voltage. This is nothing but sample voltage. It is also known as sample voltage. Each of the sample corresponds to a specific step. Each of the sample corresponds to a specific step, will be round off, will be round off, will be round off will be round off to middle of a step, to middle of a step, will be round off to middle of a step or to the nearest quantization voltage, or to the nearest quantization voltage. Okay. Next, write down. Next, write down some parameter like L is your number of quantization voltage. It is given as 2 to the power n, where n is the bits, is the number of bits per sample. Next is your delta. Delta is your step size. So if you wish, you can write down delta is your step size, and this is given by V max minus V minimum divided by L. Okay. Now, what is my V max in this example? V max is 8. Maximum values of the signal amplitude is 8 and minimum value is 0, because our signal ranges from 0 to 8 volt. So if you want to find out a step size, V maximum is 8 minus V minimum is 0 divided by L. L is 4. Now this is 2 volt. So my step size is 2 volt. So you can see the step size means this step size, this step size. This is 2 volt. This is again 2 volt. So I have to divide this whole range into the step size is 2 volt. Okay, you can find out from there. So delta is your step size. So for example, now I'm giving you one example. So for if my m of t message signal is am cos 2 pi fmt. Okay, now for this signal, find out delta. What should be the step size for this signal? A step size is given as V max minus V minimum by L. So all of you please find out. This maximum value is AM plus AM. Minimum value is minus AM. So for delta, what is my V maximum is AM minus what is my V minimum? It is minus AM divided by L. So it will be 2 AM. What is L is 2 to the power n. So this is my step size for this sinusoidal signal. Okay. So is that clear? Is that clear to all of you? Any doubt? Okay, so next we'll solve one numerical on this. Okay, one very important point. Yes, any doubt? How to find n? Yes. So this n will be given in the question. Okay. Now the answer will be in terms of am and n, because here it's not given. But if in the question the n will be given, so you have to put n for here. Okay. So one very important point, or quantization error. So my quantization error will be equal, sorry, so my maximum quantization error will be plus minus delta by 2 volt. So this is very important formula. Quantization error maximum, it will be plus minus delta by 2, or you can write that the quantization error will oscillate between minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2. Okay, both are same. You can see, you can in anything you can see. So here in this table, if you see this quantization error, these values will range from minus 2 by 2. What is my delta is 2? So this will be range between minus 2 by 2 or plus 2 by 2. That will be minus 1 to plus 1. So these value will also come between minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, so this is very important formula. You can note it down. Okay. Now next we will solve some numerical problem. So if anyone is having any doubt till here in theory part, please ask your doubt. Okay. Next we'll solve some numerical. Any doubt till here? Anyone? Any doubt? If you don't have any doubt, you can reply me that it's clear to all of you, so that we can solve some numerical problem. So these numerical problem are very important. It is important for your assignment also, for your quiz also, and for your NSEM also. Okay. Okay, it is clear now. Write down one question. A message signal. A message signal. First question. A message signal is given as 10 cos 2 pi into 10 to the power 4t. So this is my message signal, which is m of t. This message signal is given to you. Is transmitted by using 4-bit PCM system. 4-bit PCM system. Find all the parameters of PCM. Okay, so write down find all the parameters of PCM. So the parameters of PCM are FM, FS, delta, maximum quantization error, bit rate, and bandwidth. So these are the parameters of PCM system. So you have to find out these all parameters. And in the question, your message signal is given and it is transmitted by using 4-bit PCM system. And you have to find the values of all these 4 parameters. So all of you please find out 2 pi into 10 to the power 4t. And it has used 4-bit PCM. So your n is equal to 4, AM is your 10, and FM is your 10 to the power 4 hertz. That is your 10 kilohertz. Okay. Now, what will be my Fs? What is Fs? Fs is a sampling frequency. So here we have to use Nyquist rate. So what is the Nyquist theorem? It is given as Fs is equal to 2Fm. Okay. So what will be my sampling frequency? It will be twice of maximum frequency. That is 2 into 10 kilohertz. So it will be 20 kilohertz. Okay. Till here, any doubt? Now, what will be my delta? Delta is given as 2 AM. Just now we have seen how to find the delta step size of sinusoidal signal. So it will be given as 2 to the power n. So it will be 2 into AM. AM is 10 divided by 2 to the power n. N is 4. It is given. N is equal to 4. So it will be 20 by 16 volt. Okay. Now, what will be my quantization error, maximum quantization error? It will be plus minus delta by 2. So, plus minus delta by 2, it will be 10 by 16 volt. Okay. 10 by 16 volt. Now, next is my bit rate, TRB, bit rate. So, how you have calculated bit rate? Anyone can tell me? Anyone have calculated bit rate? Okay, theta is AM by 2 to the power n. It is not theta, it is actually delta. Okay. So anyone can tell me how you have calculated this one, bit rate, RB. So we have discussed, we have seen what is bit rate. What is the formula for bit rate? Anyone can tell me what is the formula? Yes, bit rate is n into fs. Okay, that is fine. But here, since only my one signal is there, so I will use here n into fs. Okay, this is the formula I will use for bit rate, because here only what is capital N? Capital N is number of message signal. Here only one signal I am using. So for this, capital N is equal to 1. Now N into Fs. So N is 4 and Fs is 20 kilohertz. So bit rate will be 80 kilohertz. So what do we understand by 80 kilohertz? It means that actually it is not kilohertz. The unit of bit rate is given as 80 kbps. kbps means kilobit per second. So it means that in 1 second, it is transmitting 80,000 bits. What is the meaning of bit rate? How many bits it is transmitting in 1 second? So in 1 second, it is transmitting 80,000 bits. Okay. So this is the bit rate of this PCM system. Next is bandwidth. So in case of PCM, bandwidth is equal to bit rate. So your bandwidth will be 80. Unit of bandwidth is kilohertz. Okay. So the bandwidth will be 80 kilohertz. It will be same as bit rate, that is RB. Okay. So, any doubt? Any doubt? Is that clear? Is that clear? Any doubt? If you have, you can ask. Okay, so write on one question, solve it as a homework. In the next class, we will discuss. A message signal, a message signal, a message signal, a message signal having peak to peak voltage, a message signal having peak to peak voltage, a message signal having peak to peak voltage of 10 volt, 10 volt, peak to peak voltage of 10 volt, and and band limited to 20 kilohertz, and band limited to 20 kilohertz, is transmitted by using PCM, is transmitted by using PCM. Next line. Number of quantization levels, number of quantization levels given as 256, given as 256. Sampling rate is, sampling rate is, sampling rate is write down 25%. Sampling rate is 25% higher than Nyquist rate. Sampling rate is 25% higher than Nyquist rate. Find all the parameters of PCM. Find all the parameters of PCM. So I'm repeating the question once again. A message signal having peak to peak voltage of 10 volt and band limited to 20 kilohertz is transmitted by using PCM. Number of quantization levels given as 256. Sampling rate is 25% higher than Nyquist rate. Find all the parameters of PCM. Okay, so we'll discuss this. All of you please try to solve this problem. We'll discuss in next class. Okay. So any doubt? Any doubt?
Minus 10 volt. This means that if my sinusoidal signal is like that, then the voltage from peak to peak, what is meant by peak to peak? This is one peak and this is one peak. So the voltage from here to here, it is 10 volt. It means that this is plus 5 volt and this part is minus 5 volt. Okay. It means that the voltage is from peak to peak. So in the question, voltage peak to peak is given as 10 volt. And so from that we can calculate that AM is equal to 5 volt. Right. AM is 5 volt. Next, band limited to 20 kilohertz. It means that FM is 20 kilohertz. Okay. It's transmitted using PCM. Okay. Number of quantization levels given as 256. 256. So L is 256. So you know that L is equal to 2 to the power n. So from here you can calculate n. N is equal to 8. Okay. N will be equal to 8. Next is sampling rate is 25% higher than Nyquist rate. It means that sampling rate, that is Fs, it is 25% higher than, I was telling that delta is will be equal to 10 by 256 and maximum quantization error will be delta by 2, that is 5 by 256. Okay. So any doubt? Okay. So next you have to find bit rate also. Bit rate is given as n into fs. So n is equal to 8. Fs is 50 kilohertz. So it will be 400 kbps, 400 kilobits per second. Okay. So any doubt? Any doubt? If you have any doubt, please ask. Otherwise, we'll move to next question. Or if you don't have any doubt, you can reply me in the chat box that you don't have any doubt. So it is clear to all of you? Okay. So write down next question. Next question. So I think this is your third question. A message signal. Third question, write down. A message signal, which is given as m of t, is given as 10 cos pi into 10 to the power 5t. So this is your message signal. A message signal 10 cos pi into 10 to the power 5t is transmitted using PCM. Maximum quantization error. Maximum quantization error should be at most. So this is the spelling of at most. 0.1% of peak amplitude. 0.1% of peak amplitude of message signal. Maximum quantization error should be at most 0.1% of peak amplitude of message signal. Find all the parameters of PCM. So all of you please try. So I know many of you are not trying. So please all of you try. So because this numericals of PCM based system is very important. It is important for your assignment also, quiz also, and for your answer also. So this is very important topic, PCM. So you'll get lots of numerical question of PCM in your exam. You can check your solution. So the message signal, is it audible? Okay. So message signal is given as 10 cos pi into 10 to the power 5t. Okay. So from here, your AM will be 10 volt. Okay. AM is 10 volt. What will be your FM? FM will be pi into 10 to the power 5 divided by 2 pi. So pi will get cancelled. I think it will be 50 kilohertz. 50 kilohertz. Now, what will be your Fs? Fs is we take as Nyquist rate. Nyquist rate is given as twice into Fm. So twice of Fm, it will be 100 kilohertz. Okay. Now the main thing is quantization error. Maximum quantization error. So in the question, it is telling that maximum quantization error should be at most 0.1% of peak amplitude of message signal. So this line is very important. We know that maximum quantization error. So the quantization error will oscillate between ranges from minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2. This is the range of quantization error we know. But in the question, it is telling that maximum quantization error, that is QE maximum quantization error should be at most. It means that it, sorry, 1 minute. Yes, maximum quantization error should be at most of 0.1%. It means that it should have the maximum value. It should have the maximum value of 0.1% of peak amplitude. So it should have the maximum value of this much quantity. So quantization error maximum can be less than or equal to 0.1% of peak amplitude of message signal, which is AM. Now we know the formula of maximum quantization error. It is given as, in case of sinusoidal signal, it is given as delta by 2. So delta is given as 2 am divided by 2 to the power n into 1 by 2. It is delta by 2. It should be less than 0.1% of am. So now if you solve this inequality, am will get cancelled, 2 will get cancelled. So here, from here we will get that 2 to the power n should be less than or equal to 1 by 1000. So 2 to the power n should be greater than or equal to 1000. Now n, so here we have to choose the minimum value of n for which this condition can satisfy. What should be the value of n? So from this inequality, how you will calculate the value of n? So n will be equal to 10, because 2 to the power 10 is, you take, it is 1024 and it is greater than 1000. So n is equal to 10. This is a minimum value. It can be 2 to the power 11 also, will be greater than 1000, but 10 is the minimum value. So here we always take minimum value, and n should be an integer. N should be an integer. So I have already told in the last class, as what is n? N is your bits per sample. It means that in each sample, in one sample, how many bits you are taking. So the number of bits cannot be in a decimal, like 2.3, 2.5, 3.6. It is always an integer. So suppose in any calculation, in any question, you get n is equal to 1.7, or you get 2.6, or you get 3.6. Anything you get in decimal, you can round off it to nearest value. So for example, suppose I'm getting 1.7, you can take n is approximate equal to 2. If you get 2.6, you can take n is approximate to 3. Here you can take n is approximate to 4. So we always round off it to the integer value. Okay. So here you get n is equal to 10. Next you have to find RB, that is bit rate. Bit rate is n into fs. So it will be 10 into 100 kilohertz. So I think it will be 1 megahertz, or you can say 1 Mbps. And for quantization error, you can uh, write down, it is am to the power n. So am you have 10, 2 to the power n is 10. So this is your quantization error, maximum quantization error. Okay. So any doubt till here? Any doubt till here? Please tell me how you have got the value of n. The same method which I am using. From this method only you have got n is equal to 10.
No, ma'am, I actually equating it to the nearest value of 2 to power n.
Okay, so how you will equate it to the nearest value of 2 to the power n? Means
Ma'am,
this is,
I just did 2 to power n. 1 upon 2 to power n is equal to 1 by 1000.
okay.
So I found out that 2 to power n is nearest to 1024.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So any other doubt? So all of you have is clear to you all? Okay. So next, yes, one very important question. This is the last question, and it's a very important question. Write down. A message signal. A message signal. A message signal is given as 4 cos 4 pi into 10 to the power 3t. This is your message signal. Is given as 4 cos 4 pi into 10 to the power 3t. Is transmitted by using 3-bit PCM system. 3-bit PCM system. Then write down first bit. Find all the parameters of PCM. Find all the parameters of PCM. find all the parameters of PCM. In the second bit, write down given sampled values, given sample values. So these are the sample values: minus 3.5 volt, minus 2.1 volt, minus 1.6 volt, 0.8 volt, 2.9 volt, and 3.3 volt. So these are your sample values. Find corresponding quantization and encoder values. Find corresponding quantization and encoder values, and quantization error also. Find the corresponding quantization encoder and encoder values and quantization error also. So for this you have to make one table. So I think first bit is easy, all of you know how to solve. For the second bit, I guess we have done one example in which we have made tables of 4 column. So first one is sample values, then quantization values, then encoder output, then quantization error. So in this, sample values is given to you. So these are your SV sample values. For each sample values, you have to calculate the quantization voltage, encoder output, and then quantization error. So this is a type of problem we have already discussed in class. All of you please try to solve. Okay, so one is telling to repeat the second bit of question. Okay, so I'm repeating the second bit. Given sample values, so you can write down sample values is given: minus 3.5, minus 2.1, minus 1.6, 0.8, 2.9, and 3.3. Given sample values, this one, find the corresponding quantization and encoder values. Find the corresponding quantization and encoder values, and also quantization error. Is that clear? The question is clear to all of you? Now please solve. First bit is very easy. All of you know how to solve. The main thing is to solve the second bit. And n is equal to 3 it is given. So what will be the L? L will be 2 to the power 3. That is 8. So the number of quantization level will be 8. And then what will be delta? Delta is Vmax minus V minimum divided by L. So this is Vmax minus V minimum divided by 8. That will be 1. So delta will be 1. Now your bit rate. Bit rate is given as n into fs. N into fs. N is 3. Fs is twice of fm. So it will be 2. So it will be 12 kb ps. Okay. Okay. So this is the second bit. First bit. And for second bit, the sample values is given. So first here we will make 4 column. First one is sample voltage. Next one is quantization voltage. Third column is encoder output. Fourth one is your quantization error. Okay. So the sample values is given to you as minus 3.5 volt, minus 2.1 volt, minus 1.6 volt, 0.8 volt, 2.9 volt, and 3.3 volt. Now, next you have to find the quantization voltage. Now you can see the L is the total number of quantization level is given as 8. So first I will make a scale. So what is the minimum value? Minimum value is minus 4 and the maximum value is plus 4 volt, because our message signal will oscillate between minus 4 to plus 4, because this is sinusoidal signal. Now the number of levels is 8. The number of levels is 8 with a step size of 1 volt. So you have to divide it into 8 with a step size of 1 volt. So this will be minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. And these all are in volt. So we have divided all the dynamic range from minus 4 volt to plus 4 volt into 8 levels with step size of 1 volt. Now we have to define the quantization voltage, and we know that quantization voltage is the middle voltage of each step size. So what is the middle voltage? It is minus 3.5 volt. This will be minus 2.5 volt. This will be minus 1.5 volt. This will be minus 0.5 volt. This will be plus 0.5 volt. This will be 1.5. This will be 2.5. This will be 3.5. So these are the quantization voltage. Now for each sample values, we have to find the quantization voltage. So for example, first one is minus 3.5. So minus 3.5 will lie here. So the nearest quantization voltage will be nothing but minus 3.5 only. So it will be minus 3.5 volt. Next is minus 2.1 volt. So minus 2.1 volt will lie between here, this here. So what is the quantization voltage nearest to minus 2.1? It will be minus 2.5. Sorry, it will not here. I think it will be here, minus 2.1 volt. So the nearest quantization voltage will be minus 2.5. So in this way, you can find the quantization voltage. So here I am writing down, you can check. For the encoder output, n is equal to 3. It means that we have to use 3 bits per sample. So we can use 3 bit, that is 001, 000, 001, 010, 100, then 110, 111. Okay, next is quantization error. We know that quantization error is given as SV, that is the sample voltage minus quantization voltage. So it will be minus 3.5 minus of minus 3.5 volt. It will be 0. So simply you have to do SV minus QV. Okay, so you can calculate it and you can fill this table. Okay. So is that clear to all of you? This second bit, any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, please ask. Any doubt? Or it is clear to you, please message me in the chat box that it is clear to you. Any doubt in this? Because your second bit is very important. Okay, so encoder output. So you know that what is the function of encoder? It will represent each of the quantization voltage as a unique binary sequence. So we have to represent each quantization voltage in a unique binary sequence. But we have to use how many bits? So we have to use 3 bits because n is 3. In the question it is given that the message signal is transmitted by using 3-bit PCM. It means that we have to use 3 bits. So in 3 bits, how you will use 3 bits? Like I have told you that by default, if it is not given, you have to use 0. The decimal value should be 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, so on, serially wise. So you can take is 0 as 000, 1 as 001, 2 as 010, 3 as so I think there is one mistake. 3 will be 011, 4 will be 100, 5 will be 101. Okay. Okay, so it is clear to you now? Yes, now it's correct. Okay, is it clear to all of you? Any other doubt in this? So QE you can calculate and you can fill the table. Any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, so I think your so tell me one thing, that whether we have discussed about regenerative repeater. About regenerative repeater, have we discussed in previous classes about regenerative repeater? Can you please reply? regenerative repeater, because if you see your PCM block diagram there, between the PCM transmitter and PCM receiver, there we have used regenerative repeaters. Okay, so from next class we will discuss regenerative repeater. Okay, so if you have any doubt you can ask, otherwise if you have given your attendance you can leave the meeting. Okay.